I'm done waving my hands around and I want the numbers at this point. So I want the actual deets regarding my healers going to Endwalker, and I know that I am not the only one. And so hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And so I have actually been told by a lot of people that they miss my good old catchphrase, and I used to say it a lot, and so yeah, I'm gonna try and say it again, guys. So if you find this video useful or entertaining in any way and want to help support me and my channel, I would love it if you tossed a derpy EOS at that like button and cat daddied that subscribe button. EOS's derpina is a real thing. All scholars know this fact. So Endwalker is coming, and there has undeniably been a ton of talking about pet potency for the scholar. The fairy pet has been noted to be more responsive and snappy, and with that kind of background change, that brings up a huge number of questions about pet potencies in everyone's mind. It's like, what else did you do? So this video is the first in a series of a few that I'm going to be deep diving into the Endwalker mechanics of the Scholar and looking at the actual math of this stuff to tell what is actually going on and where we're actually going to be landing in Endwalker. For today's video, I am pinning down pet potency, and so let's strap on and get right into it. First up, with anything like this, we need to establish our controls, or our baselines in this instance, which was done in the most fun way that you possibly could imagine. And as you probably guessed it, it was spamming physics. I spammed physics for minutes on end, and I collected a bunch of data points and slammed them into this beautiful Google Doc sheet, and then obtained maximum, quartile 3, quartile 1s, minimum, and medians for my data set. Likewise, that's all going to be on the screen. I'm going to try and editing, like, just to have it shoved to the one side. I'm trying, guys, and hopefully that works out. Let me know in the comments if that doesn't actually work out for you. This is a learning process for me, so let me know. But generally speaking, why I chose the median is that the median is often just a more accurate way to calculate the so-called average of the data set, what most people are actually quote-unquote wanting for the average. And it's just a little bit more representative for my purposes here. And this landed us at a sweet 23,074 for physics on like quote-unquote average for the median. Dividing that number by the potency of physics today, which is 400 today, 450's Endwalker, guys, gave us the number of 58.685. And that's going to be our baseline for current gameplay, and that's going to be at 1 healing potency on my character with this weapon, and secondary stats and all the other stuff about my character is going to have 1 healing potency be equal to 58.685 in terms of the healing output that 1 potency is going to do. The next baseline that I want is for Endwalker healing potency. And what is 1 healing potency in this particular instance, and who's my subject for this? For the record, I am actually pretty much just taking the data straight from Mr. Happy's media tour footage, and I literally went through, like, frame by frame, painstakingly trying to copy down the values into this stupid Google Doc, just because he has the most clear content for, like, straight up level 90 straight up potencies that I could find, especially for the Scholar and the Fairy's Embrace. Like, he goes around these icicles and actually just gets hit. It was the clearest data that I could possibly find, and I've looked around way too much. 10-minute video, 30 hours went into it. Let's go. Probably 200 views, and it dies because Scholar, but I love it. Oh well. It's what we call a sag. The problem here that I will get into, don't worry guys, I know a lot of lights are gonna go off. Trust me, I'm gonna get to it in a second. But for this skill data, all I had to go off of was Sucker, or Succor. I'm just gonna call it Succor because you know what, saying Sucker just sounds so wrong. I don't want to say Sucker. It sounds horrible. But for Succor, I calculated that the median was gonna be 3,866, and so dividing this by Succor's quoted potency of 200 left me at 19.33 potency. And an interesting tidbit from the current day potencies to Endwalker was that dividing the two, we could see that the Endwalker potency is roughly 1/3 of current potency, and holy fudge is that a huge difference. They really did smash the values. But now the question is, okay, what about fairy potencies? So the question is, like, what is 1 fairy potency worth? And I have it in this lovely table and box plots, or not quite a box plots, that I prepared for this video. And rest assured that I've been working on like an hour-long study into the Scholar's potencies. I look forward to revealing that soon, but we're just gonna focus on this video, which is like the byproduct of that. And like, yeah, so whenever I'm done editing that, you're gonna get a beast of a video. But these very healing potency values, taking these data points and plopping them here, we can see from these not quite box plots that we're landing around a median of 16. I guess you could also just directly read that off the median. Also, I smacked my hand against the glass, ow. But taking this and interpreting it leaves us with a pretty bleak viewpoint, if I'm honest. Standard self-potency is 19, and then fairy potency is around 16. That's concerning, and looking at these values, we can see that we're landing around 84% mark, which is a big no bueno, which is sort of something that we as a community have kind of come to expect. It's been extremely well documented in the 14 community that pet potencies are lower than their quoted values. But the reality is, I'm not thrilled with this, and neither should you be thrilled with it, because our dataset was too small with 2 data points. That is garbage, if I'm to be quite blunt. In fact, the data points that I'm adding here are still not enough in my opinion, and when I'm finally allowed to play Endwalker, one of the first things I'm going to do is a rigorous analysis here. But we're talking about Mr. Happy Sage video because he's the same player and healers share most equipment minus the weapon and assessing the heals done. But how to say it, we are using the extremely elegant function that is just dividing the number that we're seeing on the screen by the skill potency. Of course, I translate this number on the screen into the, you know what I mean. But we're taking Mr. Happy's video and we're just looking at this, dividing it by the potency. Now, numbers are looking closer to pet potency than ever when we're actually looking at it from this lens. And to keep the video short, we're not going to dive into the exact details of the Sage because we would be here all day, especially with me. I wrote like a 2-hour scholar video and then like a 1.5 hour Sage guide video. We would be here all day. But summarizing it all into table and another not quite a box plot, we can see that for the Sage, both quartiles and the median, all of that, that includes the other quartile, the first quartile, and that is all above 6.0. And so that means that we're fairly confident that the values here are going to be above it, which is what the Scholar's pet potencies landed at, that value of 16, and we are clearly above it. The direct comparison between the two median values resulted in 0.9494, or pretty much that the Scholar's Fairy is healing for 95% the potency of a normal standard heal. So main takeaways for this video, because I know people like me to wrap it up with a bow, is that while the Fairy is undeniably closer to pet potency, or how to say it, to real potency, pet potency is almost equal to real potency, there does seem to be about a 5% or so difference between the Fairy pet potency and what you would hope for in reality. Although, and this is where I need to start injecting disclaimers, there are a multitude of factors that might be at hand here, such as the Sage weapon might have more determination on it, while the Scholar is like crit and piety, and then that could add up to maybe perhaps 5% alone. I don't think so, because that would be a lot more determination than I think a weapon can have on it. A single weapon? I don't think so. Or it could be as simple as we need more Endwalker data, which is going to be a goal of mine. Anyhow, that really does it for this video, so let me know what you guys think in the comments. Anyhow, I'm going to cut this one a little bit shorter because I know I've been a little bit long on some of my videos lately, which has turned some of you off. But take care, everyone, and have a great start to your weekend.